Hi, in this Tips and Tricks HQ tutorial, we will look at how you can set up the WP Express Checkout WooCommerce integration. Integrating the WP Express Checkout plugin with the WooCommerce plugin allows business owners to still create and sell products with WooCommerce while offering PayPal Express Checkout as a payment option. When you complete this integration, the additional payment option will appear within the WooCommerce checkout, where customers will be able to choose it to make their payment in a secure PayPal pop-up window before being directed to the WooCommerce thank you page. Let's now head to my WordPress website, where I will walk you through the steps to complete the WP Express Checkout WooCommerce integration. Once you're in your WordPress dashboard, our first step is to ensure that we have both the WooCommerce and the WP Express Checkout plugins installed and activated. If you don't have either of those plugins, you can simply add them by clicking that Add New and then searching for each of these plugins, as they're both free WordPress plugins. So once you've got them both on your website, you'll notice that WooCommerce menu and you'll notice the WP Express Checkout menu. Please look over the settings menus of each of these plugins. So you've got your WP Express Checkout settings menu and your WooCommerce settings menu. You'll need to set up both of these plugins before you continue with this tutorial. In particular, in the WP Express Checkout settings menu, you'll need to set up your PayPal credentials. So this will ensure that the money that someone pays reaches your PayPal account. So if you haven't set up those, please check out our WP Express Checkout website for more information on setting up the basic settings, but more importantly, the PayPal credentials section of that settings menu. So once you've completed both of them, we'll go to the WooCommerce settings menu. And that is where we'll be able to integrate our WP Express Checkout plugin with the WooCommerce plugin. So it's in that payments menu that we can then enable our customers to check out with the WP Express Checkout gateway. So this is only being shown here because I've got that WP Express Checkout plugin installed and activated on my WordPress website. So to enable that plugin, you just toggle across. I've already enabled it. I'll just show you what it looks like if you haven't. If you haven't yet enabled it, you'll see that and you'll just toggle across to enable it. So now that that gateway is enabled for our customers to check out with, just click that Manage button and just make sure those settings are how you'd like to see them on your website. Just ensure it's enabled, and then you can change the title and description of how that payment gateway is shown within that WooCommerce checkout page. So if you're happy for it to say PayPal Express Checkout and then pay with PayPal Express Checkout, just leave those as is. If you change them at all, just make sure you save those changes that you've made to implement that change. Once that's complete, we're ready to create our first product. From the WooCommerce products menu, just click Add New. I'll run through the creation of a very basic product just for the purpose of this tutorial, as I really want to get to the part where I show you how the customer checks out with a product you've created with the WooCommerce plugin, but then pays using the PayPal Express Checkout option supplied by this WP Express Checkout plugin. So let me run through that product creation. I'll just be creating some pens. You can add in a description if you wish to. Scrolling down, it's a virtual product. We'll charge $5 for the pack of pens. Inventory, you can add manage stock if you want them to manage the stock. Let's just say we've got 10 packs of those pens for sale. And you can add a lot more details in here. If you don't know how to create the WooCommerce product, they've got a lot of information on creating that product on their own WooCommerce website. So you can visit that website and find out all of these different things that you might like to add to your product. So I'll just go and set the product image, choose those ballpoint pens, and you can add a lot of different things using WooCommerce to your product. So there's a lot you can do in terms of product creation when you do use WooCommerce. So let's publish out that product. Once you've published out your product, if you click on it, it'll take you directly to that product page. And if I was a customer and I've come to the front end of this website and I've seen the pens, I can click to add them to my cart. So then once the pens have been added to the cart, the customer can simply view the cart. They can see that they've got one pack of pens in their cart. They can proceed to checkout. The customer would need to enter in their billing details. I've entered in some just for the purpose of this example, and then they'd need to scroll down to the bottom. It's this part here where the WP Express Checkout plugin comes into play, offering that PayPal Express Checkout option as a payment gateway. So the options on this website are the standard PayPal and that PayPal Express Checkout option, which is only being shown because we just completed that integration. So we integrated the WP Express Checkout plugin with that WooCommerce plugin. So everything up until now has been handled by WooCommerce, and now that we've hit this payment stage of the process is where that WP Express Checkout plugin will handle this payment. So let's place an order using that WP Express Checkout payment option, and I can see that pop-up window appears straight away where I'll choose to use my PayPal account. From here, I've just got my sandbox account, but your customer will use their live PayPal account. They'll need to enter in their PayPal details. I'll enter in mine now, followed by clicking Login. Once they've logged into their PayPal account, they'll just need to select how they're going to pay for that item. So I'll just use my PayPal balance, and then they can pay now. So that's the WP Express Checkout handling that payment process directly through PayPal. So then your customer is directed back to the WooCommerce order received page where they can see all the details about their order and that they've used that PayPal Express Checkout payment method. So that pretty much sums up the basics of how you can integrate the WP Express Checkout plugin with the WooCommerce plugin. So step 1, make sure that you have both the plugins on your WordPress website. Step 2, ensure that you complete both the settings menus, so the settings menu for your WP Express Checkout plugin and the settings menu for your WooCommerce plugin. Your step 3 is then integrate them by going to your WooCommerce plugin, settings menu, payments tab, and then enabling that WP Express Checkout PayPal Express option by just toggling across, and then you can click that manage button to edit how these details are shown. Then your step 4 is basically just go and create a product, and then step 5, complete a transaction just like I did just then to make sure that everything is running smoothly for your customers. So from there, your customers will be able to check out and they'll be able to pay with that PayPal Express Checkout option. So from there, your customers will simply be able to pay using that PayPal Express Checkout option, and you'll receive the funds into your PayPal account that you've set up in that WP Express Checkout settings menu by adding your PayPal credentials. So it's a very simple method once you have integrated those plugins together, and it allows business owners to still use WooCommerce, but then offer PayPal Express Checkout. And what's really great about the PayPal Express Checkout is it handles that payment in a pop-up window, which ensures that your customer never needs to leave your website, resulting in less cart abandonment. If you have any further questions or queries about this tutorial or about the WP Express Checkout plugin, please don't hesitate to contact us.